going overboard. I'm going overboard. Here's the 34. Yeah. Hey everybody, we're back. So last time we went from St. Augustine to Key Biscayne, and this time our story starts in Key Biscayne. Key Biscayne is actually one of the key jumping off points for the Bahamas. No Name Harbor is famous for people coming down and anchoring up just before they cross over to Bimini.
So our anchorage was just outside of No Name Harbor in Key Biscayne and right off of Billbag's Cape Florida State Park. So the restaurant and the bar were really nice and laid back. We did celebrate our 25th wedding anniversary while we were there.
25 years
25?
of our madness combined. We took the dogs to shore, walked them around the park. They have great walking trails. We explored a little. This was our first Keys iguanas. We weren't even in the Keys technically, but there was iguanas everywhere. We thought, oh, we saw one. When we started filming them, they're everywhere.
They were everywhere, and yeah, this was our first time to see them, so that was really cool. We haven't experienced that yet.
Yes. The walking trail has little points where you can exercise. All right, I'm gonna show off my mad pull-up prowess. My mad pull-up skills.
Okay guys, we're on our last day here at Key Biscayne. We are looking to leave tomorrow morning to head to Key Largo. But in the meantime, today we're going to take a trip out to Stiltsville, which is a collection of houses about maybe a mile from here out in the middle of the water. So I like oddities, and this is something that's kind of odd and unique. And we're going to go tour the community of Stiltsville. Yeah, we had a little bit of a concern because the water looks really shallow here, and we weren't even sure that it was deep enough for the dinghy, but it is okay. It's just the water is super clear, so it is a little bit deeper than it looks. So I think we'll be okay in the dinghy, but we definitely would not want to sail over here. This is not an area where you can take a sailboat.
Because we are drifting right into it.
Oh yeah. Here's our first stop in Stiltsville with all the snake ducks. I don't know what they're really called, but I call them snake ducks because they hang out in the water and only their neck sticks out, so they look like snakes. Welcome to Stiltsville, a curious community of stilt houses located about a mile south of Cape Florida in Biscayne Bay. Stiltsville has been a proud part of Miami's heritage since 1933, when a man by the name of Crawfish Eddie Walker built the first shack out of a grounded barge that served as a bait and tackle shop, and allegedly doubled as an outpost for gambling and rum running. Stiltsville grew as a largely residential community of young families eager to get away from the hustle and bustle of Miami. But as social clubs came onto the scene in the late 1930s, 1930s, it quickly escalated into a party district and became famous for its raucous nightlife. By the 1940s, Stiltsville had become a popular hangout for the Miami elite. Its famous quarterdeck club was the premier place to rub elbows with celebrities and maybe partake in some illicit activities. Because of its increasingly salacious social scene, Stiltsville was regularly visited by law enforcement looking for illegal activities. The quarterdeck club was eventually raided for gambling and later burned down to its pilings. Another bar made from a grounded yacht was raided and closed down for selling liquor without a license. The Bikini Club, as it was known, was a den of iniquity that boasted nude sunbathing decks and staterooms for rent for any purpose. By its peak in 1960, Stiltsville had grown to 27 buildings, but by that time the quirky community was on a countdown to destruction. On September 8, 1965, Hurricane Betsy slammed into Key Largo, with wind gusts clocking in at 165 miles per hour, destroying most of Stiltsville, including the infamous Bikini Club. After that, the state no longer issued permits for new construction and eventually banned commercial operations in the area altogether. The community is now owned by the National Park Service, and today all that remains are the 6 houses you see here. So this is our last stop on the way back to Flow. This one looks to be in a little bit better shape. What do you think?
It's rough out here.
Poor Kate, it's a good thing he wore his swimsuit because he's soaked. I'm sitting on the bow of the boat and I'm up out of the water and he's at the back, and so he's getting splashed every time we hit a wave.
A little wet. It's alright, it's all good fun. Yeah, this one does look to be very livable. The farther you get down the Keys, the more expensive supplies are because you have to truck them all in. So we had come all the way down from St. Augustine. We had about a half a tank of diesel. Before we left, we wanted to make sure we were completely topped off and had all the water and dinghy gas we could possibly carry. We weren't low, but I'd rather fill up in Miami Beach, which is cheaper than Key West, than go all the way down to Key West and try and get it there. So,
right. So we ended up having to pull anchor and head to the fuel dock the day before we left.
So we have left Key Biscayne and are headed back into Miami. Just for fuel and water and stuff like that. We should be leaving tomorrow morning before sunup for Key Largo. The fuel dock where we're going to get fuel in Miami is only 7.5 miles away. Still a 2-hour trip each way. So we'll go down there, we'll get some fuel, and we will then come back to our anchorage, because that's on the way to Key Largo. And then tomorrow morning from Key Biscayne, we will head out. So we're on a broad reach right now and light winds. So the jib is out. It's giving us just a knot or two boost in speed, making us a little more fuel efficient. So we've got diesel, we've got fuel for the dinghy, we're full of water. We even did a quick grocery shopping trip. The only thing left to do was leave.
I know the sign was given. It's in the way you move and in the sound of your heart. We tend to fall together, fall in love, but still in the end we'll fall apart. So his hope is that we stay close, but it's the life that we chose. It takes time to get it right. Sleepless days and nights. We just need a little more. Just a little time for you and I. So stay a bit longer. Just a little time for you and I. Until it's over. Just a little time. I think that we got blinded, cause when it's good it's great, so we can't see we're fading away. So his hope is that we stay close, but it's the life that we chose. It takes time to get it right. Sleepless days and nights. We just need a little more. Just a little time for you and I. So stay a bit longer. Just a little time for you and I. Until it's over. Just a little time.
Good to go?
Just a little time.
Yes. Good morning. Yeah, it's better. Say goodbye to Key Biscayne.
Goodbye, Key Biscayne. See you next time.
We are underway and on the way to Key Largo. So, winds are kind of light right now. We're motor sailing, doing about 4 knots, but Mesha's up at the helm, keeping us on course with the autopilot. It's working great. I'm making bacon and eggs and bell pepper and poblano and all those good things.
Why does it say we're in Africa right now? So I took first shift on the way to Key Largo, and I don't know what happened, you guys, but my GPS failed. It ended up saying that we were somewhere in Africa. I don't know where it pulled that from. We've never been to Africa, so.
So my phone, which was the free phone that T-Mobile gave me, the Samsung A13, the GPS shut off, and when it did that, Navionics defaulted to 00 latitude longitude, which is just off the coast of Africa.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
so. Yeah, the equator and the prime meridian. I just rebooted my phone and everything was fine, but
Autopilot screen stopped working.
for whatever reason, the screen on our Raymarine autopilot just wouldn't turn. Just it turned off. It's gone.
Just just turned off. So yeah, after we got the autopilot sorted and it was working great and we were underway and everything was just going amazingly well, and then the screen randomly just shut off. So
all I did was go up there and I hold the standby button. You can hear it like beeping as it counts down to shut off. Shut off. Turned it back on. We're back in business. Oh my God, I'm trying to make breakfast and apparently under Mesha's watch, everything is falling apart.
Hey!
Again. What broke now?
Is breakfast ready yet?
Oh my God. She's killing me. She's killing me. So right now we're doing about 3.9 knots, 4 knots. Full jib, most of the main. Wind's broad reach, but it's light. And we have the engine on still, so the sails are adding a couple of knots to a low RPM. But if we drop to idle, we're doing like 1.5 or 2 knots, which it's hard to maintain course like that. You can do it, but it's work. So we're gonna try and fly the spinnaker and see if maybe we can stop having to use costly fossil fuels to get down the road. We didn't film it, but before we actually put up the spinnaker, we did furl in the jib. Spinnaker halyard. Let's hoist it. We've only done this once in the marina on a dead air day. Wish us luck. The line for the sock.
So you can't pull it down?
Correct. Hang on. Take the helm, go back into the wind. Okay, here we go, Woo! Well, we screwed that up a little bit. I'm the only thing holding it out of the water right now.
Okay.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. This is working. Stop, stop, stop. Okay, keep going. Okay, keep going. Okay, center up the rudder. Lock the wheel. And let's give me a pulse of up until I say.
Okay.
Keep going until I say stop. Doing good, keep going. Keep going. Alright, stop. Okay, keep going. I don't know if I can handle that much more excitement. Gonna try really hard not to go overboard. Okay. Take two. We did it! And there she is. That was rough. That's scary. So there's a sock on these things so that you can douse them, right? Literally, it's a sock. You can see it up there at the top. And when I pull down on the lines, it will close the sail. And what happened was I did not secure that line when we started to raise the spinnaker, and it went away. So now we've got a full out spinnaker and no way to stop it. No way to ease it out or anything like that. So we dropped the spinnaker quickly, and it went in the water a little bit, caught some water. So once we got it secured, we raised it back up, came out of the water just fine. So it'll dry out there in the air, and we should be able to shut the engine off and continue sailing. How'd we do?
Really, really bad. I can't laugh about it yet. I'm still scared. Like Cade was fighting to keep the spinnaker from going overboard, and it's trying to pull him overboard. And he wanted me to raise it up, and I'm having visions of his leg getting caught in the line and breaking or pulling him overboard, and that was just too scary for me.
I gotta fix all of this madness. And then relax. Hopefully Mesha will forgive me in the near future.
I'm sure I will. I just need a few minutes.
So one of the nuances of sailing as a couple, I'm sure you've all figured it out by now, but Mesha's kind of the boss. She runs the household. She runs things. We usually make decisions collaboratively, but she usually has final say. But when we get into intense situations and I have to put on my captain's hat, sometimes causes some tension in the couple dynamic. But we're getting through it.
And we're learning too, and so we make a lot of mistakes. And so this is like the critical period where, you know, we have to learn, we have to experience it, but we're going to mess up sometimes, and sometimes things get a little bit scary.
Okay, so we've just kind of lost all semblance of wind. So we're gonna drop the spinnaker. You can see if you can't feel that thing, there's no wind out here. So let's see if we can bring it down better than we put it up. Say again?
Do I need to ease the line?
Oh yeah, go ahead and ease that sheet.
Okay. Okay, easing.
Keep it coming. Keep it coming. That's good. That went way better than when it went up. You can see, I mean, we're gonna have to motor. There's nothing. The water's really pretty, but it is really warm and there's no air movement at all. I mean, you can hear there's no wind noise, nothing.
We were able to sail a little bit on the way down to Key Largo, but for the most part, we ended up having to motor sail or just motor because the winds died down. The waves were really calm, which was super nice, but that also means that the air was very still.
And there it goes, slipping below the horizon. Well, we were there for the sun up this morning, and we're there for the sun down
Yeah.
at sea.
There was a whole lot of drama in between, but yeah, it began and ended on a peaceful note, so in good shape. And we're only about, let's see, well, we're about 8 nautical miles. We're about 8 nautical miles from Rodriguez Island, Rodriguez Key, where we are going to duck in an anchor and wait out this next weather
Gale.
This gale that's coming up.
It's a gale.
It's a gale. So our channel is entirely crowd supported, guys. If you like what we're doing here, please consider becoming a patron. You can find us at patreon.com/forloveofwind and check out our website at forloveofwind.com. If you feel like making a one-time donation, we have a PayPal button there as well.
If we've earned your like or your subscription, that is equally as helpful. Please ring the notification bell so that you can find out when we have new episodes coming out. And we will see you next week. Bye.
Okay.
Bear leaning against a tree trunk.